Welcome back to Nightmare Cases, where the truth is often more terrifying than fiction. In this series, we delve into the most chilling and inexplicable events that defy logic and reason. Each story we uncover is a journey into the unknown, a step into the shadows where fear reigns supreme. Tonight, I want to share something that still haunts me to this day, something I can't explain. It's a tale that has lingered in the back of my mind, a constant reminder of the thin veil between our world and the unknown, something I wish I'd never seen. It's a memory that creeps into my thoughts when I least expect it, a vision that has left an indelible mark on my soul. If you think you can handle it, keep watching, but remember, this is not for the faint of heart. The story you are about to hear is one of the most disturbing and unsettling experiences I have ever encountered. But be warned, once you hear this story, it may change the way you see the world around you. The darkness will no longer be just an absence of light, but a realm where nightmares come to life. You might never feel safe in the dark again. So gather your courage and prepare yourself for a journey into the heart of fear. This is Nightmare Cases, and the story begins now. This happened a few years ago. I was staying alone in an old cabin deep in the woods. No Wi-Fi, no distractions, just silence. But from the very first night, something felt off. No birds, no insects, just this eerie, suffocating stillness, like the whole forest was holding its breath. I woke up suddenly. My chest was tight, my heart pounding, like my body knew something was wrong before my mind did. Then I heard it, a soft tapping on the window. At first I thought just a branch, but then it moved, slow, deliberate, like someone was knocking, waiting for me to notice. Every instinct told me, don't look, but I had to. I turned, slowly. My heart pounded in my chest, each beat echoing in the silence of the room. The air felt thick, almost suffocating, as if the darkness itself was pressing down on me. I could feel the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, a primal fear taking hold. And that's when I saw it. A silhouette barely visible through the murky glass. It stood there motionless, yet exuding a menacing presence. The figure seemed to blend with the shadows, almost as if it was part of the darkness itself. A figure, tall, skeletal. Its form was unnaturally elongated, limbs too long and thin, casting an eerie shadow against the wall. It was like something out of a nightmare, a grotesque parody of a human shape. Fingers too long pressed against the glass. Its face, wrong, hollow eyes. Those eyes seemed to bore into my soul, empty yet filled with a malevolent intent. The face was twisted, as if it had been stretched and pulled into a grotesque mask. A grin that stretched too far, like its skin was just pretending to be human. And then, it moved. The movement was slow, deliberate, almost as if it was savoring my fear. I could feel my breath catch in my throat, a cold sweat breaking out on my skin. What was this thing, and what did it want from me? I froze. My heart was pounding so loudly I was sure it would give me away. The room was suffocatingly silent except for the sound of my own breath, ragged and shallow. I could feel the cold sweat trickling down my back. My body refused to move, but my mind was screaming, "Run!" Every muscle in my body was tense, ready to spring into action, but I was paralyzed by fear. The shadows seemed to close in around me, and I felt like I was drowning in the darkness. I grabbed my flashlight, pointed it at the window. Nothing. The beam cut through the darkness, revealing only the emptiness outside. But I knew something was there, lurking just beyond the edge of the light. Then tap, tap, tap from the back door. The sound was soft, almost hesitant, but it sent a jolt of terror through me. I turned slowly, my heart in my throat, and saw a dark silhouette against the glass. I didn't wait to find out what it was. Instinct took over and I bolted. My feet barely touched the ground as I sprinted away from the house, my breath coming in short, panicked gasps. I ran, blindly, through the woods. Branches whipped at my face and the underbrush clawed at my legs, but I didn't stop. I couldn't stop. The fear was a relentless force driving me forward. My flashlight flickered, and that's when I saw them. Not one, many, standing between the trees, watching, grinning. Their eyes glowed in the darkness, and their smiles were wide and menacing. I knew then that there was no escape. I don't remember how long I ran. By the time I reached my car, my hands were shaking too much to get the key in, and then I heard a voice, not from outside, from the back seat. It whispered my name. "I see you." I never went back, but sometimes late at night, I still hear the tapping, and I wonder what would have happened if I had opened the door. If you've ever seen something you can't explain, tell me in the comments, and if you made it this far, you're braver than most. But tonight, if you hear a tap at your window, don't look. Subscribe for more terrifying true stories. Like the video if this sent chills down your spine. Comment, what's the scariest thing you've ever seen?